There is going to be a new deputy chief at the Wilmington Police Department. Kelvin Hargrove is taking over the role after Assistant Chief David Oyler retires in August. Oyler held the job since 2018 and has worked with the WPD for 30 years. Hargrove has had nearly 30 years with the department, working in several, including SWAT, narcotics, and criminal investigations.